I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
I'm Demon Jones.
And I'm the devil. Now kindly undo these straps.
We'll tear your soul apart.
How did it start as this small nugget, and then how did it actually get produced?
Well, I mean, for Blair, and I think I have to say for a lot of the projects that I worked with before Blair and after, usually start off with like a certain scene or a moment, and something just, operates on you on some kind of fundamental level. And for Ed Sanchez, the co-director, and myself, we were, sitting in his apartment, during film school, probably drinking or whatever, but, we got to know each other, and we found out that we really loved those old kind of pseudo-documentaries like In Search Of and Legend of Bobby Creek and UFO stories and stuff like that, and they creeped us out as kids. And the realism was kind of, even though it was kind of faux realism, we just thought it worked in a different part of the brain, than something that felt like a movie. And so we got to talking and thought about, imagine if there's this house in the woods and it's shot like a news reel, where you're kind of going into this house and you can't cut away, and it's at night, and, wouldn't that be creepy as hell? And that was really where it all started. It was that scene and that moment and that feeling that we wanted to capture in a whole movie. And so from that, it kind of went into this, where we came up with the premise. Well, how do we make an excuse to have that shot? And that was about coming up with 3 filmmakers that went out in the woods. At first, it was like they were there for a cult, and the cult messed with them or whatever. And then it kind of transitioned into this Blair Witch thing. But it started with that little nugget, and then it transitioned into a premise. And then once we had kind of this loose premise, we had this idea of framing it with this fake documentary where we were going to go out and shoot the phase 1, we called it, which was the found footage portion, come back and cut in this framing device, this kind of fake documentary. And it wasn't until we got into the edit that we realized that we had a whole movie in just the found footage stuff. And I always tell people, that you always have 3 films: the one you write, the one you shoot, and the one you edit. And Blair Witch was the perfect example of that process. So we were realizing we had this other movie buried in all this kind of found footage stuff. So then we separated the two, and we had a fake documentary that aired on Sci-Fi Channel, and then the movie itself that we all know as Blair Witch. And then from there we sold it an artisan, and the rest is history. But that was really kind of, it started from just that one moment, that one scene, that one idea, and then it kind of blossomed into an overall pseudo screenplay.